Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium and the 5th year of the Bahamas Bowl. It's hard to believe that 4+ years ago we played our first game here in this stadium with Central Michigan and Western Kentucky in one of the iconic games in the bowl season that year, and a play that will be long remembered by college football fans around the world. But we come to year 5, and with a game that's going to be played on Friday, December 21st, here at the National Stadium. And today we're kicking off sort of our year, and we're going to talk a little bit and hear from people who are involved in our game in all areas, and an opportunity to let folks know that we're looking forward to another great season of college football and another great game here on December 21st. Before we get going, just a couple of points that we wanted to get across. The Bahamas Bowl is still the only current international bowl game in the FBS and the first FBS bowl game outside the U.S. and Canada since 1937. Television is a major component, obviously, as we are owned and operated by ESPN. We're one of the most watched 2017 bowl games on mobile and out of home. They led all bowl games a percentage of those watching on our ESPN app, those people watching on their phones or any other mobile devices. There was a 15% lift in our television audience from those mobile devices and people watching at watch parties and restaurants and airports and everywhere. So there is a tremendous interest in this game, not only for folks watching at home, but for the people who are out and about and want to watch the game on those mobile devices, and that's very, very important to us and to ESPN. And also to put across here, in 4 years of the Bahamas Bowl, we've had 18 alumni that have been drafted by the National Football League for this past season. We had a player, Corey Davis from Western Michigan, who was taken number 5 overall a year ago in the draft. Last year, we had 8 players who played in this game, in the Bahamas Bowl, who played on Sundays in the National Football League, and we're very proud of that and very proud of those young men who have gone on to play at that next level. The economic impact of our game cannot be understated. In the last 4 years, ESPN events, the bowl, the institutions, and our sponsors have spent almost $23.8 million in traveling to and during their stay here in the Bahamas, as more than 9,200 visitors have made their way here to watch college football and to experience the beauty and the hospitality of this wonderful place. And those visitors that made that trip spent over $5 million at local hotels and resorts here. So there is economic impact beyond the game itself, and a lot of things that we're very, very proud of. Now, this morning you'll hear from, as I said, various folks that help us with the game. The head table to my left, Dr. John Stein, Brecker, who is the commissioner of the Mid-American Conference, one of our 2 participating conferences along with Conference USA. Pete Durzis, the senior PN. Of course, you know Lee Miller from our game and from the Battle for Atlantis and how important she is in helping found this game and bringing this game here and the impact that it's had. Our executive director, Richard Giannini, who's also been with us since day one and what he's done here. To my right, the Honorable Frankie Campbell, who's going to speak on behalf of the Bahamian government. Ed Fields from our good friends at the Atlantis, who we could not do this without in a lot of ways, and we appreciate their help. And Anton Seeley, who is board member for the National Sports Authority of the Bahamas. Anton's been on that board since day one and has been a tremendous help along with everyone here at the stadium to make this event go. So at this time, I want to introduce Pete Durzis from ESPN to speak on behalf of ESPN and ESPN events.
Thank you, Chris. Greetings. Bowl games are always better in the Bahamas, as the saying goes, and it's certainly true. On behalf of all of my colleagues at ESPN, we're thrilled with the business that we've established down here. We're thrilled with the quality of the production. Not only does the game go back to the United States, but it's also fed to probably anywhere from 50 to 75 countries internationally as part of our international play. So the game continues to resonate. We're excited about it. The game's not possible, though, without the tremendous support we've received from the Minister of Tourism, Minister of Sport, the Atlantis, so many of the key stakeholders throughout the country. We continue to be involved in a number of different initiatives with youth activity within the Bahamas. providing skills challenges, coaching clinics, things of that nature, contributing hopefully to the betterment of the youth within the community. And I think the key thing for us is that the game is getting ready to celebrate its 5th anniversary. And the one thing that can be put on the calendar on an annual basis at the stadium, and the wonderful job they've done here in hosting us at the stadium, is that it's an annual event. You can put it on the calendar, it's here every year. And that speaks volumes, I think, for the level of commitment. So on behalf of Richard and Lee and our team that worked so hard to make it happen, and on behalf of the key stakeholders, we say thank you to the people of Bahamas for the warm hospitality, the tremendous support we've received, and we look forward to a wonderful football game and a great national telecast on the 21st of December. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete. Now at this time, I'm going to bring up Dr. John Steinbrecker, the Commissioner of the Mid-America Conference. The MAC has been one of the participating conferences each year here at the Bahamas Bowl. They brought us Central Michigan in 2014, our 2015 champion Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan in 2016, and our current champion, the 2017 game, Ohio University. We're very proud to have the MAC to be a part of this event. And so Dr. John will tell us a little bit about what the MAC is doing and how much the Bahamas Bowl is important to them.
Thanks, Chris. Good morning, everyone. It is always a privilege to be back in the Bahamas. This game is flat out a priority for our member institutions. When we partnered with Lee, it was 5+ years ago to build this game out, what it was attractive was the chance to have something unique, something no one else had, and that's what we have in this game. It is the crown jewel of our bowl lineup. No other conferences have a game in an international locale like this. The cultural opportunities for the young men and women we bring is unlike any other. And so I can't begin to tell you how often I speak to our kids who have been through this experience, and they talk about they never in their wildest imagination thought they would have this type of opportunity. And yet we can deliver that year after year after year through this partnership. And I can't tell you what that means to me and to our membership. You see some great football here at this game. Some of the best coaches in the country. Frank Solich, who coached from Ohio University last year, one of the best coaches in all of college football. The football we play in the Mid-American Conference, I think some of our athletes are among the best. You've heard of Ben Roethlisberger, who's the quarterback at Pittsburgh, graduate from a MAC university. The leading rusher, the leading receiver in the NFL last year were out of Mid-American Conference member institutions. So what you're seeing is among the best in all of college football. And so we're going to begin to ramp up here now in the coming weeks. Our football media day is roughly a month from now. When we're at Ford Field at Detroit, we'll start talking about the Bahamas Bowl. Who's going to that game? And I guarantee you, I've got 12 institutions that are all volunteering right now that we're willing to go right now. We'll sign up. And we'll be banging on that all fall. You'll be through our social media, through our website, through our national telecast with ESPN. We'll be talking about the Bahamas Bowl until we make that pick in late November and we send a team here. Go to YouTube and Google up or pull up Central Michigan's announcement of the first bowl game that we had here, and you'll see the excitement the kids have. We repeat that year after year after year. You know, bowl games are better in the Bahamas. Everything is better in the Bahamas, and I'll leave you with this: get some action.
Thank you, John. It's been a tremendous partnership with them and Conference USA and those schools, and we're looking forward to having two institutions that will be that excited to be here the week of the 21st of December. As one of the constants on the Bahamian sports calendars was mentioned, we're one of the few events with our friends at the Battle for Atlantis that is here year after year. It's very important. The partnership that we have with the government of the Bahamas and the different ministries is extremely important and crucial to us. And speaking on behalf for the Ministry of Tourism and the Ministries of Youth, Sports, and Culture is Honorable Frankie Campbell, who is the Minister of Transport and Local Government.
Thank you very much. We have a tradition in the Bahamas. Once you would have visited someone's house twice or three times, you're no longer a guest, so you don't ask for a glass of water, you go and get it. That said, it means that we have the kind of relationship that allows us to be on first-name basis, yes? Okay, so I can say Pete, Commissioner John, Richard, Lee, Chris, Ed, Anton, ladies and gentlemen of the media, good morning. The Ministry of Tourism is pleased to be partnering again with the organizers of the Bahamas Bowl and ESPN to host the 5th edition of the Bahamas Bowl. The highly anticipated American football game is scheduled to take place on the 3rd Friday of December, December 21st at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Ministry of Tourism is well on its way to accomplishing its goal of making the Bahamas the sporting capital of the region. Our destination's annual calendar of events features an outstanding number of world-class sporting events, and chief among them is the Bahamas Bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pride to report that the Bahamas Bowl, over the past 4 consecutive years, has been a resounding success. The strategic partnership between the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism and Aviation, Bahamas Bowl organizers, and media giant ESPN has produced quantifiable results for our country's economy. A total of more than 9,000 persons have traveled to the Bahamas expressly for the bowl over the past 4 years. And over these first 4 years, the Games has injected a total of almost $24 million into our economy, generated from expenditure made by athletes, organizers, coaches, fans, and media crew for hotel, transportation, food, and entertainment. By far, the greatest benefit to the Bahamas Bowl has netted our destination is the exposure of our country, the exposure that our country receives through ESPN television. Coverage of the games broadcast by ESPN to millions and millions of television viewers is our #1 source of marketing in the US and Canada. This widespread exposure has resulted in the strengthening of the Bahamas brand identity in the international travel marketplace. By December, Old Winter has set up shop across the United States and Canada. And people are dreaming of escape to the sunny isles of the Bahamas. Fans of American college football now have one more reason to head to the Bahamas in December. Athletes from 2 of America's strongest college football teams will duke it out for the championship right here in Nassau, Bahamas, at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. Within the Bahamas, there are thousands and thousands of fans of American college football. And they've already begun to decide who's going to win, which athlete is going to go to which pro football team. So we're having our own discussions in anticipation of the bowl. We want to see locals flock the stadium by the thousands to cheer on the athletes from the America's 2 most powerful college football teams. These athletes are accustomed to playing before stadiums of 30 and 40,000 fans or larger. So when they come to Nassau, We want them to feel the love and passion of local fans for the game of American football. In addition to the featured game, there will be lots of entertainment. Game day is a time of fun and excitement for the entire family. What's great about the games this year is that it will not clash with our traditional Christmas junkanoo. The games will take place on December 21st, so Bahamians don't have to choose between two of their greatest loves. And so, without belaboring the point, I'm pleased to be able to stand here and to reassure our partners and stakeholders of the Bahamas government's steadfast commitment to the Bahamas Bowl. Let the games begin.
Thank you, Minister Campbell. We appreciate that, and we look forward to a team raising the Prime Minister's trophy on the 21st of December. Next up is Ed Fields from the Atlantis Resort, and I will just say what a couple of our coaches have said about staying there. They said it doesn't get any better staying at a world-class resort like the Atlantis, and our other head coach from last year said if you have free time, where would you rather have it than at the Atlantis? It is a very important part of our game, or that our student athletes get an opportunity not only to play football and practice at the facilities here at the NSA, but they also get lots and lots of free time. We talked about the community involvement that's done at the Ranfurley homes and at the youth football clinic, which we'll do again this year, but they also get a chance to have some fun, and it is a fun trip for the student athletes, and they have an opportunity to do it, as we said, at a world-class resort like the Atlantis. And Ed Fields and his group have been tremendous partners in that effort, and I want to bring up Ed to talk about the Atlantis. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Minister Campbell, who I think refers to me as a brother from another, is it father or mother? I don't know. Mother, yeah. And to all of the officials here from ESPN, Lee, and from the MAC conference. It is a pleasure for us to be involved with this. I had a daughter who was a Division I athlete, and we stayed at a lot less comfortable accommodations than Atlantis, so we're very pleased to be able to showcase our resort and to give the athletes the capacity to stay at a resort such as ours. We know that it's a big part of their stay. You know, I have to say that we are very pleased not only to be the host hotel for this, but we are also very pleased to be a very integral part in the development of sports tourism in the Bahamas. With partners like Lee and the folks from MAC, ESPN, we've been able to be involved in quite a few ventures that has brought, I think, you couldn't you couldn't equal the exposure. Just last year with Battle for Atlantis, Villanova was the winner in the NCAA tournament, and then we were fortunate for Bahamian, who played in that tournament last year, Mr. DeAndre Ayton, who was the #1 draft pick in the NBA. And I'm sure that coming out of the MAC conference and the Bahamas Bowl over the years, as everyone has referred, we're going to see more and more great athletes coming out of the Bahamas Bowl as well. So without any further ado, I just want to say that we are very, very pleased and in fact privileged to be a part of this, not only to be involved in the Bahamas Bowl, but be involved with the Bahamas Bowl as far as it's enhancing our sports tourism inventory, and we look forward to being involved in many more ventures like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ed. And finally, we'll talk about the facility here at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. The National Sports Authority Bahamas is a tremendous resource for us and has been a partner for us from the beginning. To have two teams play in a world-class stadium like this and the practice facilities takes a lot of planning and a lot of execution, and it's done that way each and every year to satisfaction, and we appreciate the effort that they make for us and for our teams and our student athletes. Anton Sealy has been a member of the board, as we said, since year one with us, and he and everyone from the NSA has been a tremendous partner with us, and we thank them for everything that they do, And we'd like to get Anton to say a few words on behalf of the NSA.
Thank you, Chris. Minister Campbell, Director of Sports at the back, Tim Munnings, NSA Board Member Mr. Cox, distinguished head table, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'd just like, on behalf of Chairman Vaughan Roberts, and the board of the NSA, to welcome you all to the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium for this kickoff press conference for the 2018 Bahamas Bowl. As already been mentioned, this is the 5th consecutive year that we at the NSA are playing host to what has become our annual signature event. We're pleased with the relationship that we have developed with Richard, Lee, Chris, and the team over the past years, and together with Pete and ESPN, our team here at NSA has increased in capacity each year as we benefit from their professionalism and knowledge transfer. The Bahamas Bowl has firmly established itself as the official kickoff to the Bahamian Christmas holiday weekend, and the NSA is proud to partner once again with the Ministries of Tourism, Youth and Sports to assist in bringing this event to the Bahamian public. Our talented operations team here at the NSA look forward once again to making sure that our facilities are in optimum condition come December 21st. Each year we have been able to improve on our delivery, and this year we firmly intend to make this the best experience by far for both our visiting teams and patrons alike. To this end, our team will be meeting with Richard and his team tomorrow to ensure that we are made aware of their concerns and wishes so we can begin to adequately address any potential issues and concerns well in advance so that by December we have them all ironed out and we have a smooth and efficient management of the game. Chairman Roberts and the board of the NSA are committed to placing all the necessary resources at the disposal of our team to ensure the successful execution of this event. While we view our relationship with the Bahamas Bowl as a partnership, they are also a customer. And as a customer, they have been exemplary and easily the NSA's preferred customer. I say this because in the 4 consecutive years that we have been in this relationship, they have honored all of their financial commitments to the NSA and the vendors that we have placed them in business relationship with. And they are one of the few that we can say that about. Thank you very much. This, of course, makes it very easy to continue in this mutually beneficial relationship. So on behalf of Chairman Roberts, the board of the NSA, once again, I'd like to thank you, Richard, for your continued confidence in our team here, and we look forward to working with you as we execute an excellent Bahamas Bowl 2018. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anton. Just a couple housekeeping items and some thank yous. We wanted, last night we had an event in the Fish Fry with many of our partners in this game, and we wanted to get an opportunity to thank all of them. There are so many sponsors and groups and organizations that help us at the game, and we want to publicly thank them for everything that they do for us. And a reminder that once the press conference is over, there's an opportunity to speak to some of our folks here one-on-one, and we'll do a group picture as soon as we're finished with the backdrop behind us. Just a reminder that later on in the fall, tickets will be on sale here through the NSA Bahamas, nsa-bahamas.com. So we want to get everybody out to the stadium. Again, it's Conference USA and the Mid-American Conference here. And it promises to be another chapter in a rich history of games that have captured the imagination of both Bahamian and visiting college football fans who have made their way here to Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, and those watching in the U.S. and worldwide on ESPN to see why bowl games are better in the Bahamas. Thank you very much. Good morning.